Want to have an entitled attitude? I will make it my life's mission to destroy you. When I was a junior in high school, there was, as there always is, this relatively small clique of people who were the in crowd. They tended to be football players, though they also had members whose parents were on the school's board of governors. One of them, I'll call R. R was a tall, gangly boy who loved to throw his weight around. Not actual weight, but just this general idea that he could effectively get away with murder at the school, all because his father was on the board. R was the biggest bully you can imagine, and nearly drove me to taking my own life. However, I toughed it out some, because I knew full well that he only had a few months left before he graduated and I was relatively free of him. R had pretty much given up on bullying me, simply because I avoided him, and there had already been a bit of a debacle where I had caused 2 students to be expelled. Long story that, but not pertinent to this one. One day, as warmer days approached, sometime in March, R left early to go to whatever job his father had him doing on the family farm. Not long after he left, the sheriff's office descended on the school, and we all ended up having an hour-long afternoon break, normally only 15 minutes, while several deputies conversed with our headmaster, and then started asking the in-crowd some questions. Word travels fast in a small school, especially one where the average class size was in the teens. It didn't take long for the rumor mill to come back with the story. While leaving for work, R had driven out of the school's driveway. As he did so, he hauled off and threw a glass bottle at this older black woman who would often walk her dog in front of the school. The bottle struck her in the face, shattering, and knocked her out. R, having seen his handiwork, sped off. He only returned the next day, and when questioned by the headmaster about it, supposedly said something to the effect of "It's only a N-word, why does anyone care?" R was not expelled. R was not suspended. R was not punished. His father made it quite clear that if the headmaster did anything, even paddled R for it, then he, R's father, was going to have the headmaster fired. Nothing came of it. R was even proud of what he did, with he and his friends passing around these patches he had made which showed a caricature of a black woman being struck by a bottle, in front of a bullseye. I, however, did not forget. The revenge here is ongoing, but I have made it my life's mission to never let R forget what he did in 1994. I started first by requesting copies of the police report be sent to the college R had gotten a scholarship from. The sheriff was, and still is, a good friend of mine, and though he is now retired, he keeps copies of that report handy. R lost the scholarship. I've sent the report to multiple places, companies he once partnered with. He now owns a hunting tour company, groups like the Rotary who he's tried to get on board with, and have made it my life's mission to destroy him every chance I get. I still see him, about every year, at our yearly reunions, and have listened to him go on at length about how someone keeps bringing up stuff he did as a kid. He wonders why people won't just let it go, and how people are finding out about what he plans for his business. I think he's figured out that it's probably one of his former classmates, but hasn't sorted out who exactly is behind it. Maybe, someday he'll figure it out, but the odds of that happening are about even with him ever feeling remorse. The simple fact of the matter is, he used his power and privilege to avoid jail time. I see what I'm doing as justice, even if it ruins his life, as after all, he thought it was all well and good to ruin a random lady's life.